What is up, guys? Patrick here from NintenTalk with a brand new video. This is a game preview of an upcoming game. This game isn't even out yet, guys. It's called Rise Race the Future. It is a futuristic racing game launching on the Nintendo Switch later this month, July 22nd. The launch price, let me check here, is $16.45. So big shout out to VD Dev, the developers of this, for providing me a review code. You know, I know you guys love hearing and seeing about the next new exciting eShop games. This is definitely one of them. So if you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss any upcoming videos. Let's get right into it here. Nice snappy menus. The loading times in this game are pretty good. So here's the three things that you can do. First off, time attack. You know, we all know what this is. You can literally play any level in the game and you know, do a time attack. You can also do reverse versions of the tracks, which is pretty cool. So, you know, there are quite a bit of tracks. I don't know exactly how many. And then you have championship here. There's a lot of content in this because I've already done 2 championships. The first one had 9 races in the first championship. The second one had 6 races, and I'm on the third one now, and that has 7 races. But I mean, look at all these championships that I have yet to do. The other mode is challenges, which is actually my favorite mode. There are 7 seasons of challenges, each season having 8 different challenges, each challenge having a bunch of different objectives. So you're starting to see all the content that's packed into this mode. And these challenge objectives range from finishing second or better to, you know, more challenging ones like not using turbo, improve your lap time with each lap. So there are very, very difficult ones. You know, minimum speed of 73 kilometers, which that one is more difficult than it seems. Achieve a certain amount of meters of drift 12 times or whatever. So this has actually been my favorite, you know, kind of game mode so far. I skipped ahead there. But yeah, let's start out with a race. You guys are probably interested in this. From what I can tell, it's 1080p, 30 frames per second. And it looks really, really nice on handheld too. I prefer playing it on the TV. But let's go here. So this is one of the objectives that I've done 2 of. So don't use boost, I've done, and improve time on each lap, I've done. The only objective I have left is defeat the overall race time. So yeah, let's try and do that one. Check out some of the cars here. You know, they're futuristic. They look really nice though. I mean, there's a lot of detail on these cars. And you start with these 2 right here. And then I just unlocked this one for defeating the first season of challenges. And then, as you can see, there are a lot more cars to unlock. So I'm very excited to play this game more and unlock these. My favorite car, I think, is this one so far. You can also unlock different sticker packs. So basically different, you know, different decals, different styles. This is the one I just unlocked. We'll stick with the NintenTalk red. And let's start this race. Guys, I think you're going to be blown away a little bit. We've seen some of the racing games that have come out for the Switch. So this one is definitely a step up from what I've seen. So here we go. And as you can see, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice looking. I like the lighting. And the first thing I was very surprised about is that this isn't your typical racing game. This is more of like a futuristic rally racer. There's a lot of dirt tracks. There's a lot of different terrains. So obviously this is dirt right now, but there's snow, there's ice, there's even water, which I think this track has water because it's really cool what happens to your car once you drive on the water. So as you can see, it is pretty tight controls. I'm just doing terrible right now. The drift you definitely have to master. And, okay, there was water. I don't know if you guys saw that, but my tires actually folded in, and it turned into like a James Bond car a little bit. You do have a little bit of turbo. They're pretty generous with turbo, actually. Let's try and catch up to this guy. This, to me, feels like... I don't know what you guys think, but it feels to me like some of the old-school Need for Speed games. But it does look good. It runs well. I haven't had any, you know, technical problems with it. As you can see now, we're on pavement terrain, and all of these terrains act very differently. Here's the water. I think it's so cool how the tires go up inside. And then I'll use that turbo. You can see the green flames coming off. Oh, I think I took the long way around here. Oh, okay. Yeah, the water terrain acts a lot differently than, you know, dirt or pavement. It's much more slippery. And then don't even get me started about the snow levels. It's pretty bad. But, you know, nice little effects like the water droplets on the screen and stuff. I definitely think that this is, I mean, for the price too, because there's games like Gear Club Unlimited, that, you know, it's like full $40, $50, and this game is $16 with a bunch of content. So I'm excited for you guys to try this, and super appreciative to the developers for giving me review codes. I don't usually get a lot of review codes, but when I do, I like to cover these games. So that was one lap. So I need to get a total time of 4:20, and that first lap was 2:17. So I need to have a much better lap to beat this objective. So, I mean, the drifting is something that you definitely need to master. And it's not really like any game I've played, at least in a while. This kind of reminds me of like the good old PS2 era of games. A lot of like arcade racers. I also like how when you're taking a turn, it doesn't necessarily give you a guide of like when to slow down. I know some of those newer games, newer racing games, they show like a line and they show when to brake. And this kind of doesn't really hold your hand as much as those games. Nice little drift there. I gotta start using this turbo because I gotta make some time. This is the... Oh! That was the first place guy. Alright, we have to have a good water section. And this race is 2 laps. There's some races that are 3 laps. There's even some races that are 1 lap. Okay, I took this turn a lot better than the last one. So yeah, like I was saying before, to unlock the cars, you need to beat the seasons of challenges, which I thought was interesting. So championships pretty much are just for fun. Time attacks just for fun. One thing I will say, though, that's kind of disappointing about this game is that from what I've seen, I could be totally wrong about this, but I haven't found any kind of multiplayer in this game. So if that's a big factor to you, you know, split screen multiplayer, even local or online, that's not going to have it, unfortunately, from what I see anyway. Oh, sweet. I actually did it. So that second lap, I had a much better lap, and we did accomplish that. Okay, awesome. So we did do that objective, so that entire challenge is done. I only have 1 left, but if you get a certain amount of points, you do pass the season. And you can see on the top left, I have a certain number of fans that are following me and a certain number of rise points. And those total points, you need a certain amount to get to the next season. So that's the season mode. Let's do one more race, and then I will wrap up the video. This is a championship that I'm currently in. So I'm on race 2 of 7. The difficulty goes up with each championship. It started off at easy and then goes to normal. So you can see the weather here is rainy. And the interesting part about this is that the weather actually does affect the track and the way that you race. So pretty cool stuff. I'm going to choose a different color this time. Let's do the color first of all. Let's do this turquoise color. You know, we got the Switch Lite coming out. Let's celebrate the turquoise a little bit. I'm super pumped whenever a racing game comes out on the Switch, but it's always a scary thing because, you know, the Switch's hardware isn't the greatest, but, you know, if you put time and effort into some of these games, I think you can pretty much run anything well on a Switch. But I just like the look of this game. It just feels like those classic racing games, like the Burnout, especially I'm getting Need for Speed vibes. Gran Turismo a little bit, but this is much more like futuristic. We got, oh God, yeah. This is tough. The water makes it really tough. It makes it really slippery. If you go too fast, then you're gonna spin out. I think that's the most difficult part of this game so far. The first part, drifting. Drifting is super hard to master. And then the different terrains of the track itself. Like I just went from water to pavement, now to dirt, and they all act differently. So, yeah, pretty challenging. The AI too is really, really good. I don't really see a lot of rubber banding in here, which is, you know, something that kind of takes me out of some racing games. But the AI is really good. They're kind of relentless, but at the same time, they're a little pushover. Let me try and... Oh, no, I couldn't spin that guy out. Instead, he almost got me. Use the turbo to speed up on some of these guys. So, yeah, you play... I mean, it's like a normal championship. You play all the races. I cannot talk and play. You play all the races, and then you know, of course, get a standing at the end. I don't think you get anything for winning the championships. But you have to finish a certain amount of... You have to... I can't even talk. You have to finish a certain standing to get to the next championship. So you have to get, I think, at least second overall to advance to the next championship. So my advice would be to do the challenges first so that you can, you know, unlock some new cars. And, you know, the cars play differently too. Like this car is a little bit slower, but it can take... you know, a bit more of a beating, whereas I have, you know, the first two cars that you have are very fast, but if someone hits you, you're definitely spinning out. So there's some strategy in there. There's some things to master in this game, which is always fun. Wow, I came in dead last. That was only a 1-lap race, so very cool, guys. I hope this was helpful, and you know, hopefully you guys are pumped to play this game. Again, this is Rise Race the Future. This comes out July 22nd for a price of $16.45. Thank you again for VD Dev, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.